Yeah. That's a good one, dude. Oh, man.
Yeah, I haven't done that since winter.
Oh. All right, folks, we're back with another episode of Let's Talk Snowboarding, which is always presented by Mountain Vibes. And this week, we have one of the day one homies up at Schweitzer that has been a really cool person to hang out with and been just a super awesome guy, as well as an awesome human and a sick ripper with it. We got Steffen Robles in the booth. Steffen, how's it going?
Good. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. And Josh Nishimoto on the producing side. Josh, what's going on, dude?
Yo, waiting for the snow.
Yeah, I feel like, maybe we should start right there. Like, it's been, Steffen and I, we were hanging out a little bit before we turned on the mics and the cameras in the studio, but we just been, like, kind of super bummed right now. It's just kind of dog shit everywhere. Yeah. It's just not looking good for the Northwest as well as like the whole West Coast right now.
Yeah, it's a little lame. Yeah, I mean, I think we got a little teased, for at least I did. Yeah, I've gotten a couple of days in, but yeah, it's piss and rain outside, hydroplaning on the way here. And yeah, I think it's the same on the mountain right now.
Yeah, rain and wind, not the two things that we ever want to hear as far as like getting out and riding and stuff. But, you know, fingers crossed. Pray for snow. Looks like there might be a change in the entire structure of like the forecast and the weather here coming up soon, maybe around Christmas time. And hopefully that just settles in and we get our snow back, because this is not super fun.
Praying for a storm.
Yeah, maybe like 10 storms in a row.
Yeah,
that'd be super sick.
Big shot of storm.
We just need like that trajectory coming down off like Alaska into BC into the Panhandle here. So
yeah. I think what's funny about up here, at least for Schweitzer, because that's pretty much all I'm ripping all the time, but like back-to-back storms are nice as long as they have like an in-between moment for it to like clear out. Like have some sunny days and stuff, because I feel like I've just experienced that when it does stay all cloudy and stormy, it just starts to warm up, like it's almost insulated at the elevation that we're at. So I think it's nice to have a storm come through, but let it move through, and then hopefully there's one to come back. And
we can always pray. We can always kind of hope for that, because, you know, as we all know, like up here, especially at Schweitzer, it's like the fog and the stormy days. So, you know, you're probably, most of those days you're going to be riding a lot of trees and trying to get as much visibility as you can. But when it does come through and it clears up, that's one of those all-time days. So, yeah, definitely, dude. Well, sweet, dude. Well, thank you for making the trip down from Sandpoint and coming and joining us.
It's been talked about for a little bit now, huh?
Yeah. We've been talking for a little bit. Yeah, you're definitely one of like the big guests that I've always wanted to get on, and ever since like you and I kind of, you know, met like, you know, I don't know, a handful of years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah. We've been kind of good homies and stuff, and once the podcast started, I was like, Steff would be super sick. And, you know, we've had Cruz on.
Yeah.
Is Cruz your older or your younger brother?
No, he's the little bro. So,
he's the little bro.
Yeah, I'm 3 years older than him.
So you're the eldest.
I'm the second. I have an older brother.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, we have an older brother. He's doing his own thing in Texas. He's a surgeon.
No way.
Yeah, and so he's got his own little family. We're not super tight he's not super tight with our family, but yeah, so I'm basically the oldest at that point.
I got you, man. Yeah. I know how that goes.
At least in the area.
Families are fun.
Yeah, families are fun, aren't
but
they?
Yeah, you got yourself, Cruz, and actually I didn't even know this when I met him. One of my first years up at ski school, Kiahi.
Nice.
Yeah.
Practiced pretty good.
That was one of the first homies that I met up there.
Yeah.
He's got his own whole vibe going on.
Dude, yeah, he's interesting. He likes to huck himself.
Yeah, he likes to just go.
Yeah, he scares me sometimes. I feel like his head gets close to the ground a lot.
Yeah. And speaking on family, dude, so let's kind of talk about like how you grew up. Originally, where are you from?
So I was born in San Diego, California.
Yep.
My mom originally is from Texas, grew up in Hawaii, and then went to college at USC. And then my dad is actually from Mexico. He hopped the border a couple times and finally resonated there with his family. He's a child of nine kids.
Dang.
So a lot of cousins. But yeah, I grew up there till I was 14. Didn't snowboard at all. Yeah, I didn't even have anybody that I knew that did it or anything like that. It was pretty much just kids all played sports. I hung out with a bunch of skaters, but I never was one of the skate kids. And then, yeah, I basically just played. I loved football, but I was super, super small kid. All my cousins played, so I just rocked with them. And then played a little bit of soccer as well.
Okay.
And so I was there till I was 14.
Okay.
And then that's when my parents decided to move us up here to North Idaho.
And what was like kind of the reason that they wanted to get out of San Diego and come up here?
Well, my mom was a stay-at-home mom. I was blessed, and we were homeschooled. Did a little bit of like private school, like in between like the weeks and stuff, but mainly homeschooled until I was 14. And then my dad worked 3 or 4 jobs all the time. And we didn't, we were provided with food and comfort, and they did like good for us, but we were never spoiled in any way. Never had, my parents weren't ones to grow up with toys, or I never dirt biked or any of that kind of stuff. And yeah, I think they were just kind of tired of, it was just so crowded. And I mean, they're always just pushing to get by. And so what ended up happening was my mom has a brother, and he was very involved within like the church and stuff. I grew up Christian. And so he was involved with the church, and he got called to start a church all the way up in Bonners Ferry. So it's like the tip of the Idaho, about 30 miles from the Canadian border. And so he went up there, and I'm guessing he probably did that when I was 12, and kept on telling my parents about it, like, hey, you got to get up here, like, at least come visit, and never got around to visiting. And then I think my parents just hit a wall, and they're just like, we're leaving.
Yeah.
And it was pretty funny because, we had never visited or anything, and my uncle told us that there was a house for rent right next to the house that he just bought, and my parents just signed a lease and then headed up there.
Nice. And that was in Sandpoint.
No, this was in Bonners.
No, it was in Bonners. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, so I went to high school in Bonners.
Okay.
Yep. I always felt like I was a Sandpoint kid, especially once I started learning the area, because Bonners Ferry is pretty opposite from Sandpoint.
Yeah.
No lake. The town isn't even really the town where you hang out. Honestly, where you hang out is on the roads up there.
Right.
Yeah.
In the outlying areas.
Yeah. And so huge culture shock for me. Like, definitely was a city boy. Didn't experience seasons. I maybe saw snow like 3 times.
Okay.
Since then. So yeah, huge culture shock. And yeah, when I was up there, I had to make the decision to either play football or soccer. I was a big football guy at that point. I was about to go play at a public school when I was in San Diego. And when I got up to Bonners, it was funny because the seasons were different. In San Diego, I think you played football first, and then the next season was soccer, since it was just so nice all the time.
Yeah.
And then when I went to Bonners, it was like, oh, no, we do it at the same time, soccer or football, so you kind of have to choose. And I just asked, around, and was like, well, how's the football team? And they're like, oh, they're okay. I'm like, well, how's the soccer team? They're like, oh, they've gone to state the last 8 or 9 years, so it's a pretty easy decision. And yeah, that was a great experience. I played all 4 years, played every game. And
nice.
Who were your coaches?
I had Ed Moe, and we had Wayne for a little bit. I can't remember his last name right now, but Ed Moe was he was a crack up. He He was the guy on the sidelines telling us to warm up, and he was tanning his thighs with his short shorts, and waiting to go get beer afterwards.
Sick.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, that's cool.
Yeah, he was a great time. It was a loose operation, but super fun. Went to state every year. Yeah, I had a great season there, so
Yeah.
I was pretty stoked on it.
Yeah, those teams have been really good up there. Asher Hazan.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, he's not on Bonners, but he's Sandpoint has been a solid crew, for the last 3 years, and seeing him like doing his thing on the soccer field and everything like that. That's awesome. So got some good soccer teams up here, like kind of like all within the region. It's pretty sick. So
Yeah, it was a fun experience. I didn't play for any clubs. I did play for a club. I just didn't play for Sandpoint as the Strikers, but I was fortunate to get, I think it was like the last year that there was Avalanche in Sandpoint.
okay,
So I was 16 playing on like a U18 team. So that was a good experience. I got pushed around a lot, but
nice.
Yeah.
What position did you play?
I most enjoyed left mid because
Okay.
I'm right-footed, but I was pretty good with my left foot. And then towards the end of the season, I started just playing midfield just because I was running around a lot
Nice.
and trying to work both sides of the field.
That's sick, dude. And you said that you guys get the chip when you were there, or was that kind of before your time? Did you guys get the championship, state champions at all?
No, we weren't that good. I think my sophomore year was our best year. I think we got third.
Okay.
We had a bunch of the Mexican homies on the team, and we were pretty solid. And then we had we kind of had a star on our team. Our junior year, failed in the state, like at state, and then we were hoping the next year would be our year, but he ended up having to move.
Yeah.
So
Got you.
yeah,
Got you.
but still good.
Is
Yeah.
your parents, do they still live up in Bonners right now?
Mhm.
Nice.
Yep. They still live in Bonners. They're my smallest sibling, Adley May, my little sister. She's the only sister out of all the boys, 5 of us. And yeah, she's a senior right now. So
No way.
they're about to be done with the kids in the house. So,
Empty nesters now.
yeah, they're starting to. My mom's getting all emotional, and I went to her volleyball senior night. And it's she's like, "Oh, I've been doing this for a while." And yeah, getting to the end.
Well,
so.
now that's I wonder if are your parents still working pretty hard, or are they kind of like at that retirement stage?
They're still working pretty hard.
Okay.
Yeah, they've invested a lot of money into us and making sure that our lives are good, and never had their own. My mom has her own business now.
Okay.
But yeah, they've usually just worked hard jobs and provided with the kid. So
Nice. So take us into your childhood in Bonners and kind of describe, Josh and I know what Bonners is like, but for some of the listeners out there, some of them probably don't know what Bonners Ferry is like and kind of what it was like growing up there. And when did you kind of start getting into snowboarding and finding your way up to Schweitzer?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I said, it's super big culture shock. I think my second day I was there, it was bring your own tractor to school day.
Oh,
so people in the parking lot were bringing in their tractors. I'm like, where the hell am I right now?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was hard to get along with people for sure. From the smallest things of saying hey, you got a nice truck, and they're like, that's not a truck, that's a pickup. Crazy stuff like that.
Yeah.
So first year was definitely rough. Trying to make friends that just ended up being bullies, and messing with me. And then towards my sophomore year, luckily I was pretty decent at soccer, so that kind of helped. And
Yeah.
I think it kind of helped with a popularity thing to make some new friends. And then sophomore year was the year that I made some good friends that were we're going snowboarding. And I was like, oh, that sounds pretty fun. So kind of scrounged some stuff together to go up. I think the first time I actually strapped into a board was in my buddy's farm, and there were sheep at the bottom, and there was just 2 small little knuckles, I don't know, maybe 60-foot, vert. And yeah, I just remember doing that, and I think I was even people were like, "Oh, do a backflip," and I think I like tried just like tucking my head back and eating shit.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I remember it was a ride snowboard. It had like a cheetah bottom print.
Oh,
Sure, it was
sure.
a chick's board, but pretty sick. So yeah, so I started meeting some good friends, and didn't the first like couple weeks. I think I had this crush on this chick in Sandpoint, and she was the first person to show me how to snowboard. And I mean, I probably wasn't learning that much because I was focused on other things.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, one of my buddies in Bonners, I don't know if you know Preston Johnson.
I heard of him.
He was a kid I grew up with in Bonners, and he was a big snowboarder. He was pretty good on the board, and he was pretty good at anything that he hopped on. So yeah, he kind of taught me that, and yeah, Schweitzer was the first place I rode at, and fell in love with it immediately. I couldn't get enough, and yeah, so I would just play soccer in the, off season, and then as soon as it started snowing, I'd do what I could to get on the snowboard. So I was fortunate enough to get a pass every year until I was like 19, and then I don't think I paid for a pass since then.
Yeah, because you started working up there at that time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of grew up in Bonners, and then was snowboarding with the homies. I was dating this girl that was super into snowboarding up there in Bonners, so that was great. We'd go as much as we possibly could. And then, yeah, I graduated, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I think I was kind of banking on being with that chick forever in Bonners, and that didn't end up working out. So I ended up going to NIC last minute in Coeur d'Alene. And so I stayed in the dorms. I got red-shirted on the team, so I was just doing their practices and stuff. And that was a rough experience. It was kind of really cliquey.
Yeah.
You had like people from like Lake City, Coeur d'Alene. I don't know, just like it was funny because there was just like even those crews didn't get along with each other.
Sure. Yeah.
And
What a weird mix.
it was a weird mix, and like couldn't make friends with anybody. And yeah, I mean, I've always kind of been a smaller dude, so I always get pushed around, and I kind of have to fight back. And usually those kind of kids don't like that. So
Yeah.
but yeah, it was a good experience. I think it was like their worst year. Like I think the years prior they were actually doing pretty good. And yeah, it was like a bad year. I never played a game, but showed up for the practices, and yep. And then once that ended, I was just like didn't want to go to school pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just in the dorms, and I think I'm trying to remember if I think I was snowboarding, and I think that was the year I separated my shoulder. And so I think when that happened, I was like, I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
So I think I only did a semester at NIC, so I'll drop out. And then, yeah, once I think I spent that first year just at home. And then the next season, I started working for Schweitzer, doing building maintenance.
Okay.
So started off snow shoveling, taking out the trash.
Yeah.
Working with all the old guys.
Sweet.
With sailor mouths.
Yeah, I remember there was a few times my first couple years up there, I'd see you hitting the stairs next to the Lakeview Lodge.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where I think the first time I ever really talked to you was, I think I don't know how I like stumbled upon a clip of you being out at like the, what would you call it? It'd be like the equivalent to Schweitzer's Bone Zone. Somewhere up high on like the end of a road or something like that, and you put together like some little corrugated pipes and just a little like jib sesh out there.
Yeah, was that the one up Crystal Springs?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
That one. Yeah, that one was super fun because that one had like 2 zones you could hang out in. There was like the lower one that had like a water tank on the top of it.
Yeah.
And then there was like a higher one that was a sweet spot.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that spot even still exists anymore.
No, I think
It's
I tried hitting
shut
it like
down.
3 years ago, and yeah, that's all.
It's gone now.
Property.
Yeah. Yeah, we love it when people just take over our spots.
Lame.
Yeah, that's what's happening to the Upper Ula Road, which used to be our spot for a while now too. That was like my favorite split board spot. Too.
Okay. Was that the one that I met up with you and Isaac at last year?
Probably the one that
Early
just
season?
does the one switchback, like the right switchback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you kind of get up into the garden after that,
Yeah.
and there's some good hits up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. So let's rewind it back though, just real quick. You have like I said, you got a pretty large family. You got, three brothers, one down Texas, but two still up here, your younger brothers, Cruz and Kiahi, and you got your little sister. But you also have some extended family up here as far as the Steffens go and stuff. So like growing up, like were the Steffens up here too with you guys, or like kind of like what's like the family dynamic, because everyone is so sick in your family. Everyone has kind of like their own little niche going on, but everyone's pretty much like heavy hitters and like really, really smart, whether it be Malia with like her business and you doing your thing, like being a sick writer and just kind of hustling and doing everything that you can and putting out like clips and everything like that. And then Cruz on the filming side and Kiahi just chucking. And then, you got Zadok doing his thing too. So like, what's it been like, were you pretty tight with your family as soon as you got up here and kind of had like that tight knit family vibe going on up here in Bonners and Sandpoint?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that we actually were even that tight.
Okay.
Like when we first made that move up here, all those kids were like Z and my cousins are so young. I mean, they're just little groms. And so I think it's just been a build-up over the last couple of years of just like being influenced by the North Idaho lifestyle. Like, a lot of people, there's some people that, won't go outside unless it's, over 70 degrees and sunny outside. And if you're not going to, change your ways and go do activities that get you out in the weather and stuff, like, you're not going to be a very stoked person or, And so I think that's kind of where all that kind of got built up. Like a lot of us on the individual sides, like, I think I grew a lot more of a relationship with my brothers and my cousins more once they got older and like after I got out of high school. Yeah, because we were all still just going through like trying to figure out what the hell we're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think everybody's kind of a ripper and a go-getter because both my parents are super hardworking. My mom's an angel. She's just all about love. She's like such a sweetheart, friendliest person you'll ever meet. My dad's just a hard worker. He was insane at soccer when he was a kid, so got that athleticism from him. My mom was a gymnast and a dancer, so I think that's where we kind of get our balance, where we can try to land on our feet when we can.
Got you.
And then my uncle is super cool too. I think he's a lot bigger into surfing, so I think that's maybe where Z and them get kind of their ripping style from.
Got it.
And I think Z's already better than me, so I think that's just because he got brought up at a way earlier time. Because I didn't start riding until I was 15 on a snowboard, and I think he's maybe 18 now. And he's nasty.
Yeah,
he's nasty on board.
He's been on it for a minute.
Yeah. But we all kind of got our own like styles, like. I'm not super into it's more when I'm thinking about when I mountain bike, but I don't have too many tricks or anything. Like I can go big and go fast, but I don't have many tricks. But then you got Z that's just like he wants to take his hand off the handle and stuff as much as he can.
Yeah.
And then you got Cruz, but she's just smooth with it. He doesn't like to catch too much air, but he likes to keep up and then likes to get the shots. So he's got that more creative outlook on all of it. But I think it's definitely a funny dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, shout out to your fam.
Yeah, thanks.
That's right.
Yeah, the fam's sick.
Yeah, and we just kind of went past Thanksgiving recently. Were you guys all together?
Oh, yeah. Yep. We always do it at my uncle's house.
Nice.
All of us are there, so it's pretty sweet. It's definitely it took a lot of getting used to because that's the small side of my family. My dad's side is I have so many cousins, and we'd have a birthday party every weekend, and so those were huge crowds. We'd always be playing football and, getting beat up in the grass and having good food. And, so it definitely took some getting used to be with, like, that side of the family. And
Sure.
that side of the family, we started off a lot more religious. Like I said, my uncle had moved up there to start a church and stuff, and I think we definitely walked away from that stuff. I've got some beef with some religious stuff. I mean, I'm definitely spiritual and, believe in some stuff, but I've seen some nasty things through the church.
Yeah, I feel you on that, dude. Yeah, it's
For sure.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's not for everybody. We had a guest last week, Chad Riley, and it was kind of interesting because I had no idea that he went to a church, and then come to find out that he goes to
Yeah, we both go to Garden Church.
same
in Coeur d'Alene.
church, dude.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And I grew up as a kid, heavily like all my family is from like Iowa, and they all grew, like my aunts and uncles, they all, like my mom had 8 brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were an Irish Catholic family in the Midwest, and they were like heavily involved in church. All went to like private like Catholic schools and all this kind of stuff. But when I was young, I just kind of like was like, that's not so much for me.
Yeah.
But kind of like you, I'm still like pretty spiritual. I believe a lot in like the earth and like preserving the earth and like everything like that, and just kind of trying to do good as much as you can, and just like keep your head down and work hard and everything. So
There's definitely an energy. There's no way you can deny that there's like a connection, with the earth and its energy. And I think that definitely aligns with some sort of spiritual aspect that, whatever you believe in. But yeah, I guess I just say I grew up when I was in San Diego. I went to like a mega church.
yeah.
And so towards the end before we left, I experienced some stuff that were pretty heavy, and they still fuck me up to this day.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you there. The reason why I said that the Catholic Church wasn't for me anymore was some abusive stuff from one of my Sunday catechism teachers, and my mom basically went down there and gave it to her.
Yeah.
And said, "We're out of here, and we'll never be back."
Yeah.
So that's kind of like, everyone has their own experiences. I think a lot of people have that spirit within them, and they have that faith. And I think, everyone has a different type of faith and everything like that. And whether it be a part of a church or whether it not be a part of a church, everyone does what they can, and people are solid. So everyone out there should try to do the best that they can, for sure. But yeah, dude, speaking on like religion, snowboarding, that's religion in itself, in my opinion. So like, when did you really like get heavy into it? Like, you were just like, I need to be up here all the time, up it and shredding as much as I can.
Yeah, I think I think it started off like in the beginning when it came to just like, I just wanted to get better. You see people ripping and like, I want to go where they're going. I want to like look how they're looking. But I'm guessing it probably wasn't until I dropped out and I started working building maintenance, because I would go and I was like the young guy on the crew, and so I'd come in and I'd show up earlier, shovel all the snow, get all the small things taken care of, and by like 11 or 12, if I could go ride, I'd go ride. And that's what I was up there to do,
Yeah.
And so I think that was kind of the time. And then I think there was a pretty distinct point where I was just always on like whatever board I can get my hands on. It was always a twin tip. And so I just didn't really know like what kind of style I wanted, or I tried to hop on rails and just get absolutely bodied. I'm like, I hate this. Like, this is not fun to me.
Yeah.
And I remember distinctively one day coming down the Great Divide on the ridge, and I was watching this like old timer, like with like a beard. He's probably not that old. He's probably in his late 30s, early 40s, but just like having like the surfiest turns, like on a directional board with like a swallowtail, and just like, not even going that fast, just looking steezy with his turns. And I was like, yeah, that's how I want to ride. And so I think that's where I was like, okay, I just want to get better at like making it look smooth, making it look clean, like making it look like, oh, I want to ride like that guy.
Yeah.
And so I think that was probably, I don't know, it's 21, maybe 22. Is probably when that happened.
Sick.
Yeah, I mean, I almost hopped away from snowboarding when I was, well, I wouldn't say almost. I think a lot of people thought I was going to. Before I turned 21, I broke my jaw up there on like an early season. And, ended up having to get face surgery. Had 2 plates in my jaw, huge hole in my chin. There's a pretty good scar there. I actually ended up getting a facelift, so it was actually a good little deal. But now I was out, couldn't chew for 2 months. I was out 6 weeks. I didn't ride for 6 weeks. And I just remember, like, all my loved ones and friends were like, dude, what are you doing snowboarding? Like, if that's going to do that to you, like, you really going to go do that again? And I was like, yeah, I mean, there's no other feeling like it. It was kind of a freak accident, but, I mean, you know, you learn to get back up. And,
yeah, for sure.
But, yeah, I think that's kind of that was kind of my push point where I was like, all right, either I'm going to keep doing this or I'm going to walk away.
I feel like sometimes injuries may almost make you a better rider because you start to calculate more and focus more on exactly what you need to do to like not have that happen again. Like there's always freak accidents and stuff, but that's kind of what I've observed with like your riding, you know, throughout the time that I've been up here. I'm like, oh, like edge control is there, you know, like, you know, dialed on like the takeoffs and the landings and stuff, and isn't gonna like, and is super smart about like what like the line that he takes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so even if you're like out in the slack country or the back country or anything, you're gonna observe like what the risks are, what like the conditions are, and all that kind of stuff. And you're always gonna kind of be like, yeah, like I'm not gonna do anything that's gonna like send me into the emergency room.
Yeah.
Guys, Let's Talk Snowboarding is presented by Mountain Vibes. And Mountain Vibes was started in February 2016 by our CEO and founder, Justin Desmond. With the input of close friends, Mountain Vibes officially went live November 1st of 2017. And Justin runs it with the help of Mountain Vibes co-owner, Emily Sorger, and our core team. When Justin created Mountain Vibes, his objective was not only to create a snowboarding company, but also a family where passion and the love of snowboarding outweighed years of experience and where judgment is not tolerated. We don't like the cool guys at Mountain Vibes. Everyone should be included in Mountain Vibes. Passion of snowboarding is what brings us all together and makes us a family. Along with creating a snowboarding family, Quality Snowboarding Apparel, we are a nonprofit with an outreach program called Good Vibes and High Fives, where we take less fortunate kids out to snowboard. And I want you to check out our website, mountainvibes.com with a Z, and see what we're all about. We have everything from the charity to the apparel, and we're stoked that Mountain Vibes has presented Let's Talk Snowboarding over these last, 2 years. So thank you to Mountain Vibes.
Yeah, we try to do that. I think I've got a clip from last year that would say otherwise.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, I try to be as calculated as possible. Yeah, and yeah, it's fun watching. I mean, I've watched so many. I'm sure we all have watched so many snowboard videos, and you can just watch. Yeah. Sure. Especially like you're saying, like you're in run into things and like coming in like the right way so that your body's as, structured as possible to like do whatever trick you want to come off of that. Yeah. Even if it's just sniping some big double
cliff faces or something.
Yeah, which that's kind of the stuff I like. Like I got so frothed up a couple of years ago on like all the side hit stuff. Yeah. And like that stuff's super difficult. Like, you never know, like, what it's actually going to feel like. It's not like it's a park jump or, I mean.
Hard to predict.
Yeah, hard to predict, exactly. Yeah. And usually it's like, you hit it and you're like, shit, I need to go bigger because that's where the landing is.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, Josh got frothed up a couple years ago on a first hit in the park.
Yeah.
And we all know how that ended, don't we, bud?
What happened to you?
I just overshot a jump and landed flat and then tore my meniscus and had a partial bone fracture.
Yeah, I was sitting right there trying to get a clip of him, and
Ooh.
it was a deep impact on the flat.
Yeah. I thought it was good at first.
Yeah. You thought that you just kind of like jarred yourself a little bit on that one. You're like, I think I'm good, and then you got the boots off and stuff.
I was
Down the locker room.
That's when I was in line. I was like, oh.
Oh,
like,
that's right.
it's
We went
really,
back up again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's really painful. And I was like, well.
I think I'll ride down and
Yeah, and then I was done.
time to be done. But yeah, it's like it's the risk that we all take. Like I myself, like, you know, we'll talk a little bit more about mountain biking, but I used to be like a big mountain biker when I was like, you know, 8 to 10 years old and like all that kind of stuff. And then one day I was just messing around at my property down in Southern Oregon, and my dad had dug this like irrigation ditch next to our driveway, right? This long gravel driveway. And I was just messing around trying to do some stuff, and my front tire caught in that irrigation ditch, and I flipped over the handlebars straight, and I like braced myself and like compound fracture, bone sticking out of my arm. And I was pretty young at the time. And since then, I haven't really ever gotten back on a mountain bike until like this last summer.
Yeah.
I actually got back onto the handles and stuff.
Nice,
and
yeah.
So finally, I'm like, you know, you got to get back on the horse at some point. And I was like, it looks like a good time. And all the homies doing stuff, as long as I take it easy, I think I'll just build up and get back into it.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
Hit up the Farragut as much as I can. And
Taking it easy, yeah. I mean,
yeah, you don't take it easy out there at the bike ranch, dude. That's big. That's some big jumps out there.
I mean, it's one thing riding all the trails, but then it's like testing the trails too. The testing part's that's the scary part, because usually you're just like, go as big as possible, because I'd rather go big than come up short on those bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of times it can save you if you go big.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But let's get back into like some more about you know, so you said that you've held down a few positions up at Schweitzer. You know, you were maintenance crew, you know, building maintenance and stuff like that, starting out. And then when did you get into the lift ops and being a lifty up there?
So I think I did. I want to say I did at least 4 years building maintenance, maybe 4 or 5 years, and then I was just Poochie's regular, drinking beers in there, and made friends with the majority of the lifties. And Ashley Billingsley, who's my boss now, she was in there. I think it might have been maybe January or February. And she was like, hey, would you want to come work lifts? And I was like, I told myself I'd never be a lifty, because anytime I told people I worked on the mountain, like, they looked at me and they're like, oh, you're definitely a lifty. I was like, no, I'm not a lifty. Like, I do snow shoveling up there. And had a couple more beers, and she was like, well, you know, offer still stands, and I forgot to tell you, if you're going to work lifts, I'll just put you straight on the T-bar. And for anybody who knows Schweitzer, like, the T-bar is the spot. It's just kind of its own niche little place all the way as far as you can get on the mountain. And that was my favorite place to go ride, like absolute favorite place. And my favorite lifties were up there, and all the cool lifties were the ones that got to work there. And so I was like, well, that's a no-brainer.
Shout out to T-Bar Jake.
Yeah, T-Bar Jake. I know. He's at Silver Mountain now. I need to go see him.
Yeah. Well, if you ever want to get up there, I'm planning on a few trips out there.
Yeah, let's do it.
Get it done.
Yeah, I'm definitely down.
Maybe see some of the Wild Cans boys too.
Yeah. No, I mean, I haven't ever done like a good POW day at Silver, so I've heard it's super good when the snow's good.
Yeah. Ren at Ski Shack, he's on that program. Like, he just raves about Silver. He's like, if you get there early enough and you get in line for the gondola, you can have like a half day of like basically a private powder mountain to yourself on a powder day, because the line doesn't build until like a little bit later, and then it takes forever for everyone to get up there, and you're already out there.
Right.
So just get up early and go do it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of how I started the lifts. It was kind of a funny scenario, because, you know, I always looked at those guys like they're always having a good time, kind of partying, like not taking it very seriously. And my first 2 days I got my ass handled. Like they were so on top of me of like be like, no, this isn't a joke. What we're doing, like it's bad stuff can happen. And for the last couple of years being a lifty, bad stuff has happened and it is serious. People can get really hurt. And so yeah, it was good. I got the best mentorship I could probably ever ask for by T-Bar Jake. And there was another homie, I forgot what his name was, but he was kind of a dick, but looking back, it was kind of nice because T-Bar Jake was on the nicer side, so I kind of needed a dude that could kind of be like, check me in place. And,
Sure.
But yeah, so I was probably one of the only people to ever go from never running a lift where you need to start on the bottom end and work the detachables that are easier and then start bumping. And I just kind of went straight to T-bar and yeah, got lucky with that. And then, yep, done that the last couple of years. And I forget when it was. I think it was 3 years ago. T-Bar Jake started hinted that he was going to leave and started kind of training me even more. And then one day pulled me aside and he was like, hey, it's kind of a thing to hand down the T-bar to like the right person. And he's like, I think that's you. So
Yeah. So when you work T-bar, like, is it usually like you and like one other person? You got like a couple other people that usually on that program up there?
It's always a crew of three.
Cool.
There's three of us, so you rotate where one person works the bottom, handing tees, and the majority of the controls are down there. If like anything happens, like down there is where you find out if you can get it running again or not.
Yeah, and usually you find out the people that are getting on it quickly if they need some assistance or something. If they can't handle the T-bar or not.
It's a show.
Yeah.
It's a show for sure. And every year I'm like, I've seen it all, and I'll see something else. I'm like, I have not seen that before. That's crazy. Yeah. And it's a lot of funny lingo, and yeah, you see people and their faces look like they've seen a dinosaur. They're like, what the hell is this thing? How do I even get up on this? But yeah, there's a guy at the bottom doing that. That's pretty much where you put in your work, is down there.
Yeah.
And then there's a guy at the top watching the line, and then the other person is usually riding.
Nice.
So yeah, it's pretty sick setup.
Take a little lap and come and rotate out.
Yeah, go do one big lap. I've had some people go and think they can do two laps because they think they're fast, and it takes a while to go. I call it like around the world, but like going off the T-bar and trying to get back, it takes a minute.
Yeah, you go anywhere off like that Little Blue and stuff like that, and get into some stuff down there. There's so many zones over there that are super fun to hang out in.
Yeah, and it's like you gotta. It's at least 2 chairlifts to get back.
Yeah,
as long as you know what you're doing, and a lot of the times I have to take the slow burn to get back, and it's like a 14-minute lift. So
yeah, it is.
Yeah, it
the slow burn.
That's part of my training. Is I tell people, like, if you're gonna go get food or something, you better be fast. Like you got 45 minutes, and if you don't get back here on time, you screw everybody over. So yeah, food is, if you're on that food break, like, make sure you bomb it. Yeah. Get your food and then get back. Yeah, which, I mean, there's some people that are like, they go get food every day. I've had to, I have people that like
pack that lunch, bro.
Yeah, and that's that's my favorite part of the day too. Like, I have a good setup because we have some shacks have microwaves in both the top and bottom shack, but I just have it at the bottom, so it's like right when someone breaks me out of the bottom, I go heat my food up, take it to the top, and I just get to chill and have a warm meal
with a nice view usually.
Nice,
yeah, super nice.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah, usually, unless it's socked in.
Yeah,
you can't see anything.
But it's a sick spot. I mean, being lifties, it's a crazy experience. When you wake up first thing in the morning, you're the first person on that chair, and some days it's just the gnarliest storm, and some days it's like just the most beautiful thing you can ever see.
Right. Yeah. Usually, like, my fondest memories, like when I was working up at the mountain, whether it was at Timberline at Hood or Schweitzer, was always, as an instructor, the best time was always the early loads and going out and just like, for you, you're out there early, making sure everything's dialed as far as the lifts go and stuff like that. And as instructors like Josh and I and stuff, going out with the group and like making sure we're dialed within like our instructing and, learn new things and making sure we're top notch. That was always really, really fun. And you get to get it's always nice that you're like the first one to lay down a nice little carve into the corduroy.
Yeah, make it look all pretty for everybody coming out.
Yeah, and they're like, everyone gets stoked on like, oh, who laid that thing down?
Absolutely.
Little thin line in the cord.
A little carve underneath the
Yeah.
slow sign.
Spray a little slash and
A little
have some.
Euro carve action.
Yeah.
I always love to slash like on the corduroy and early in the morning on a sunny day and wake myself up with that spray. It was always fun. Yeah, yeah, dude.
Yeah, being lifties, it's crazy. I'm still learning. In the beginning, I was kind of probably a little bit more of a punk and kind of dicks to people. And I think as I've grown up, I've kind of just tried to be assertive and, you know, everybody's up there. Everybody's in a different scenario. And, you know, everybody's up there to have fun. So
just making sure they're safe.
Yeah, make sure everybody's safe. And, yeah, you get some.
Well, it's really you guys and like
interactions.
Ski Patrol are the first ones that are going to be out on the mountain. Like we never even got to go out unless like Ski Patrol or the lifties told us that it was okay.
Yeah.
Before we got out there. So
which some of that stuff's kind of weird. We had some last year. We had a problem with they're not yellow coats anymore, but the yellow coats.
The hosts.
The hosts. Yeah. I had like 2, maybe I had 3 days that they would come over to the T-bar before the bell even rang.
What?
And I was like, are you guys supposed to be over here? And they're like, oh, yeah, this is like part of our sweep. And by the second time, I was like, I called Ski Patrol. I'm like, hey, are they allowed over here? They're like, no. I'm like, dude, tell them to stop coming over here. I'm like,
Taking advantage.
I'm like, this is for the Ski Patroller and the first lifty to get the first turns. And yeah, I don't think they were happy about it because I confronted a lady a couple times. She was not happy, but I was like, well, I probably wouldn't be happy if I wasn't getting the first turn down LBR too.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, dude. I wanted to kind of, you spoke on like being pretty big in, you're a soccer player and stuff. I just want to ask you real quick, like, you still kind of watch soccer a little bit, or you watching sports? I know you like football too. So
Yeah, I probably I'm not proud to say it, but I mean, I don't watch that much soccer, but I do keep up with football just because it's so ingrained in my blood.
Yeah.
I do like watching kind of the drama and stuff, which it's hard to watch nowadays. It's
same. Are you doing fantasy or do you just have a team?
No, I don't even really have a team. I mean, I used to be the Chargers, but they're not San Diego anymore. They're LA, so.
Oh yeah,
they're done. I don't really have a team. I like when it's just like a good game.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, between like 2 teams.
Nice, dude. I like that.
Yeah, but yeah, I should get back on the soccer grind because the World Cup's coming.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you played soccer. My wife, she played all throughout high school and actually played 4 years of college too.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Almost went pro to England for the women's league over in England.
Wow.
But then she blew out her knee bad during training and stuff. So, but she really wanted to go to this World Cup, to at least like either Vancouver or Seattle, primarily Vancouver. But we're just kind of still figuring that out. So we might try and make a match though.
Yeah, I was looking at tickets. I was like, this is
You need a homie.
ridiculous. Dude. It was like for not even. I looked for like 2 seats. It was like $700 a ticket, and it wasn't even next to each other. It was like, damn. Which that makes sense. And I don't even think when I did look, you couldn't even see who was playing either.
Yeah.
Kind of a bummer.
It's been announced now. Like they had like the draw and everything here over the last weekend and stuff. So we kind of know where they're going to be and stuff. But even like, she was looking and she was looking for like lodging, last summer.
Yeah, but
and she was like, it's all sold
booked.
out. Like I can't even find a place.
Yeah, you need a homie.
Yeah, the only way to and then one of her coworkers at the hospital just hit her up, and I guess he has like, I don't know, 6 or 8 tickets to a bunch of matches, and he's like, I'll give them to you for face value, and she's like, oh, what's face? And he's like $350 a ticket, and she's like, no.
Yeah,
We'll watch it on TV, dude.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Which it's a bummer, but.
Guys, I want to talk about a new sponsor for Let's Talk Snowboarding, which is the Ski Shack in Hayden, Idaho. Ski Shack is a local family-owned and operated ski and snowboard shop located in Hayden, Idaho. They specialize in sales,
rental, and repair, and they opened in 1976. That's going on 50 years up here in North Idaho. They have been offering a skiing and snowboarding to North Idaho and beyond for that much time, which is crazy. One of the oldest ski shops in the entire state. We appreciate everyone at the ski shop for supporting Let's Talk Snowboarding. So go in there as soon as possible and get yourself dialed, whether it be getting a fresh tune-up for your board or skis or grabbing some new gear, because they got all the best in outerwear and also in boots and bindings, boards and skis. So head on over to Ski Shack, located at 9437 North Government Way in Hayden, Idaho, and have some fun picking out some cool stuff.
But yeah, dude. Hey, let's why don't we smack these real quick?
Oh,
Let's get things going. Smack some good old run through while smelling salts here.
schmarch.
Yes, sir. Everybody ready?
Huh?
Ready.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers. Yeah.
That's a good one, dude. Oh man.
Yeah, I haven't done that since winter.
Oh, dang. There we go. Woo. That one felt stronger.
Ugh.
It went straight to the back of the nostrils.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Me too.
Oh,
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yep. Oh man, dang. All right, regroup here. Jeez. Yeah.
Still going.
Yeah. Do you dabble in that? Like, are you hitting those before a big drop out there?
We were last year for sure.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if it helped. I think it messed me up, but
Yeah.
I definitely, was trying to.
It over sends you to the overstoke. Dang. Man. Yeah. So like talking about like being out there at out there in the zones and at Schweitzer, who's let's talk about some of like the homies that you get out there with, you know. You're kind of, I would say like you're definitely part of like the 7B, you know, crew out there and stuff like that. Who are some of your favorite people to get out there and hit some nice pow lines with?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the 7B crew is starting to grow quite a bit. I'm definitely not like one of their riders, but I'm definitely homies with everybody and try to get out there. But yeah, I think, number one's definitely Stray Dog. That's like my boy.
Shout out straight
He's
dog.
Stray Dog.
Shout out to Isaac.
Isaac Emerson. Yeah, he's a fucking G. Me and him, and yeah, we've just bonded so well. And I met him from just saying what up to him in the parking lot and handing him a beer one day because he used to be a parking attendant. So yeah, yep. Us boys kind of started our own thing, doing like Euro Boy stuff, which
That's right, the Euro
the
Boys.
Euro Boys.
Dang, we need some more Euro Boy content.
I
dude.
know. We're gonna try to put some together this year again. Last year kind of went off, and that was we only filmed from November to like beginning of February,
Okay.
and that was just he did a great job. I wish we would have got some more clips of him, but yeah, he was putting.
He put out a pretty nice edit though on YouTube.
Yeah.
He kind of is on that grind, and it's kind of like his regimen is get those clips and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So check out Stray Dog on YouTube and on Instagram for sure.
He's got the content. If you need some snowboard fiction, he's the guy to watch. But yeah, me and him have been a good duo. We used to cause mayhem back in the day. We were definitely like living the snowboard, like fucking with people and
Nice.
being absolutely obliterated on the mountain, which was fun while it lasted, but we definitely can't do that no more.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff. Yeah, we were getting in trouble quite a bit. Yeah, the Schweitzer Mountain did not like us for a while. We were, I think we were on the no post lists for a couple of years. Yeah, they did. which I understand to an extent, just because I probably opened my mouth a couple too many times. But
I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, I've dabbled in that as well.
yeah,
Yeah, we all kind of get It's all good.
Yeah,
We get frustrated every once in a while and stuff,
but it's good. Yeah, but yeah, stray dogs definitely. That's my. If I could ride with anybody, he's my guy. And then I ride with my roommate a lot, Raven Hudson.
nice.
The rooster. He's super sick on a board. He skis a little bit too, but yeah, it's definitely way more fun when he's on the board. He likes to go stupid fast. Scares me sometimes. But he's from Vermont, so he's got a little bit more of a little different style. He's probably sliding way faster on the ice over there.
For sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, you got Noah Armstrong. He's the grandpa that no one wants to ride with because he just shows you up every time. You're going up the lift. He's like, oh, I'm not feeling that great. Like my muscles are stiff. I'm getting old, and then he just pops off like a nasty 720. You're just like, okay, dude.
Is that the Earth Surfer?
Yes, the Earth Surfer.
There we go.
Yeah, he's I think he was pro for a little bit, but he's super, super good at anything he does.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Shout out to Noah.
I shot Noah.
Yeah, he just got like a canvas up in 7B.
Yeah,
I think, yeah.
the Nitro campus.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Dope.
pictures by Tracy Tuttle. I remember that day.
Yeah, so
that-
sick.
that was
Oh,
an
dude, get another shout out for Tracy, dude.
Yeah, Tracy.
Shout out to
Gosh,
Tracy.
the
Yeah.
Tuttles.
We love Tracy.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she sucks. She got some good pics of me like 2 years ago. That was a fun.
That's
day.
right.
I felt so bad for her that day. We were taking photos, and I was about to dip, and she lost one of the company GoPros.
Oh.
And I looked with her for like 15, 20 minutes, but I had to like take off. And I was like, I'm so sorry, I gotta go. She's like, it's all right. And I think she stayed another 2 hours. She found it.
No
No
way.
way.
Found it. Yeah.
Sick.
Like, you champ.
Dedication.
You champ. Yeah. Yeah, who else? Freaking Noah. God, who else? Some of the other boys. Rory's sick. Rory's a mad homie.
Shout out to Rory.
He's a style god. You got
The Godfather.
You got Stu Stuss. He's an actual pro rider. Internet Stuss. He
Yeah.
Yeah, he rides
Shout out
for-
to Internet Stuff.
yeah, I think he rides for Dinosaurs Will Die.
Yeah,
And he was
very
just in a Slush magazine, and yeah.
And he's good with it on like the camera too, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, he's pretty talented.
Yeah, he is talented on the camera. So
Nice.
he's in like that big snowboard culture, like going to Big Bear and getting on Sunday in the park.
Nice.
And, yeah.
Very cool.
I like that.
He's pretty good on the steel. He's got like a legendary clip of him eating shit so hard.
Yeah.
Like I think he like racks like the back of his neck on a rail. It's so bad.
Oh,
So bad.
Yeah.
gnarly.
Yeah. But yeah, and then I love skiing with my chick, Megan. She's a ripping skier.
Shout out to Megan.
Yeah, I'm pretty fortunate because I don't have to wait for her, and she's actually passing me a lot of times. So.
Yeah.
Pretty dope.
She's
Yeah,
quick.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Love ripping with the bros. Cruz and Kiai, they're sick. I'm trying to think who else I rip. I mean, it's so crazy because there's just so many random days that you just hop
You just
on a
find a
Travis
new,
with.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I guess one of the legendary ones would be Matt Ross. He's the older. He's like 60. He's 69 now. actually.
Legendary.
Legendary guy. Yep. Everybody. A lot of people call him life coach, but
Okay.
yeah, he looks like Doc from Back to the Future.
No way.
Yeah, dude, yeah, he's he's always got some crazy words to say. Sometimes some words that probably shouldn't be spoken, but he's an old timer. You don't change those guys.
No.
Yeah, but he's awesome. He's a good guy if you're trying to like tour. He's a really good guide to show you the pointers and how to stay safe. But yeah, I mean, there's
Oh yeah, dude.
like we had a sick crew on Monday. Like the snow was good, but there's like limited terrain. But it was so fun because it was like me, Stray Dog, Ethan Conferences. He's sick.
Oh, dude. Shout out to Ethan.
Yeah, he's a heavy. He looks so good on rails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
kills
good
it.
on rails.
Yeah, him like I think I've just like in passing met him, but the boys Aiden and Asher, they're good homies with him too.
Yeah.
The Hazans.
Yeah.
So
I've skated with Ethan a number of times. Really good at skateboarding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sick. He's got the snowboard kind of
Yeah.
feel to him.
yeah.
Guys, I want to talk to you about a new sponsor that we have. So, Big shout out to our friends at Fine Brewed Cafe in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Whether you're gearing up for a powder day or winding down after a long ride, Fine Brewed has you covered with craft coffee, legendary mimosas, and a killer vibe. They're all about fueling adventures, connecting the community, and keeping you caffeinated for whatever the mountain throws your way. So next time you're in town in Coeur d'Alene, stop by Fine Brewed on Sherman Avenue, grab a cup, and keep chasing that stoke.
But yeah, that was like, yeah.
He's a sender.
So it was me, Ethan Stray, Nick Stroh, and then the first time I met, his name's Frank. He goes by Frank the Tank on Instagram.
Nice.
He's sick. He builds trails as well.
Okay.
So I finally got to ride with him for the first time, and he was a sick ripper.
Yeah, shout out to Frank the Tank.
Yeah.
Is he a bike ranch guy, or is he the POP?
No, he's neither. He's actually out of Kellogg.
No way. Okay. So up there.
He's tried starting a couple different things from what I know of. There was a place called SVR Gas that tried building something that ended up getting shut down. And then I think he has something to do with something called Bear Ridge. He does both mountain biking and dirt biking a lot.
Cool.
And then I think last year he was actually building some trails on Silver Mountain. So
Nice.
yeah, he's in the
Silver's got the good park.
Mhm.
Good
Theirs
bike park up
theirs
there.
is rowdy.
Yeah.
Their bike park is. You want to bring a tube with you if you go up there.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, for
A little
sure.
rocky out there.
Little rocky. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, that's kind of like a good segue into you're a ripping snowboarder in the winters, and you work up at the mountain. You're heavily involved in the scene up in Sandpoint, whether it be from 7B up to Schweitzer, Lifties, and just out there getting, like I said, getting clips and just doing your thing. But in the summers, like, your other passion is mountain biking. And you've been fortunate enough to be a part of like the new, within the last couple of years, the Panhandle Bike Ranch, man. So kind of let's talk a little bit about the bike ranch, dude.
Yeah.
It's so sick out there.
Yeah, it's kind of a dream come true. Yeah, I was, like we were talking about it before this, but a couple years ago, we were getting into bikes a bunch. We were starting to go to a Legacy Bike Park all the way in Lakeside, Montana, which they do like a shuttle system. So it's just a shuttle truck that takes you up. I don't know, can't be over 1,000 vertical feet. But they just had jumps everywhere, big berms, and it was kind of like, wow, I want that closer to me. It's 3 hours away, so not terrible. But Schweitzer, I was just ripping lower basin all the time, and no one was really maintaining it very well, and things were built properly. And so, yeah, I think me and my buddies were so frothed on Legacy, we were almost like, well, if no one's going to build a bike park, maybe we can do it. Turns out we couldn't do it. Don't have enough money for that. We sat down for a couple days trying to write stuff up. And, I mean, anything's possible, but it was definitely big money thing to do. So, just put that in the back corner. And then Schweitzer Lower Basin did start building some stuff. So Lower Basin's like, you got your switchback roads all the way to our roundabout, and then there's like another, I don't know, mile or two until you get to the village to access the lifts. But from that roundabout down, it's gotten really good, a lot of development. And so we ripped that, and then I was in training to be a electrician a couple summers, I think it would be 3 summers ago now. And that ended up not working out. And so in the wintertime, I was like, all right, well, I'll do lifts again. And then in the summertime, maybe I'll go back to electrician thing. And during lifts, one day I think I just saw it on Instagram or Facebook that there was a bike park going up in Sago, Idaho. I was like, no way. Like, what is this going to be like? So I immediately applied because that's been my dream to build trails in the Sandpoint area. And yeah, I was there day one on, I think it's like 170 acres. Thick woods. Like, I mean, it was like when we got there, there was 3 of us, all had chainsaws in our hands, and they had come out and surveyed and flagged a bunch of trail already. And so it's just like, all right, well, you can cut, just all these big corridors, and we're going to start putting machines in here once it's clear. So I just went ham, and shout out to the call batches. They're the people who started it, the parents, and then the two sons. Awesome human beings, all rippers, on the mountain for skiing and for biking. And so, yeah, one of the kids was 18. I think the other one was 21 or 20. And, yeah, so we just started going to work and ended up being something I couldn't even imagine. I kind of call it that first year a turbo build. We had 7 or 8 excavators going at 60 hours a week with a hand crew behind them of like 10 or 12 people.
Wow.
And so, yeah, basically all I did that first summer was rake rock. Literally just raked rock and made things look smooth. And I had like a little bit of trail building experience, but not like anything crazy. And so they hired out the excavator guys, was a crew called Gravity Logic out of Whistler. And they're one of the like most asked for trail building companies in the world. They build all over the world. And so we were lucky enough to have 7 of them, and they pretty much taught us what we do and how to make things look good and how to make it drain properly and all that kind of good stuff. And so, yep, raked a lot of rock. It was kind of a hard summer. It was pretty brutal, and didn't know like how it was gonna work, or because we didn't really have anybody out there. Stuff wasn't connected, and so once like features did start coming in, then you'd go test them and you'd be like, okay, this kind of works. And like we had this one, our black trail up top, we built probably, I think it was a line of like 8 jumps. And then we came back and built the entrance, and the entrance ended up being like a wood bridge jump into it. And after we built that, it ruined the speed for all the jumps. You were overshooting all the jumps.
Yeah.
And so we actually had to go back and rebuild that whole section.
Wow.
So not necessarily, wasn't like the trail crews fuck up, definitely not. But it was just something that the other company had to come back and fix. And luckily enough, the owners were super committed to making it a world-class bike park, which it definitely is. If you're listening and if you've been, you know what I'm talking about. It's so fun. All the trails, pretty much no brake, no pedal. You can brake for sure, but the last 3 months I was rocking no chain and pretty much hitting everything. And
yeah, you mentioned that when saw you on opening day at Schweitzer, and Clint was out there. Shout out to Clint Toslin.
Yeah.
Doing the Pond Ray Peddlers trail build, getting that thing dialed a little bit better. But you mentioned that to him, and he was like, "No way."
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta get it. And I was like, "What? No chain?"
Yeah, dude. And it's a whole different mentality riding, but it makes you better.
It's
and
like a crossover between BMX and mountain biking, right?
Yeah, you're kind of committed.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
You gotta send it.
Definitely committed. Yeah, but it's fun. Yeah, and so, yeah, I mean, so I just did 2 full summers there. First year was a full build. We weren't open to the public or anything. And then, yeah, basically just had homies out at the end of the season, got to show them everything, and blew people's minds because they knew we were building trails, but they didn't realize on the scale. Because
that's all the feedback I've heard.
Yeah, it's huge. I
Yeah.
mean, we have highways out there, and we've got some single track tech stuff. But yeah, it's pretty insane.
So you guys kind of plan to just kind of like build upon that and probably add more trails, whether it be more freestyle, big jump type stuff, and also maybe some more tech.
Yep. So we kind of built a lot of. We built like our main priority was to get like a blue trail in, like a blue flow trail, so everybody can hit it from any experience, and have fun. And then got a huge green trail in as well, so for anybody like first starting out, it's pretty badass. And then started working on some big jump stuff, which they're big, but they go so well that they're not that scary.
Yeah.
The black jumps, there's definitely some scary sections, but like once you just commit to your speed, like nothing's gonna throw you off all weird and stuff like that. And then built some hybrid stuff, and so like hybrids, like you go from machine built to just like raw. So it's kind of cool because you're like on this like paved berm, and then next thing you know, you're just like on just like off cambered, like
Nice.
just like loam stuff, and then hop back into a berm. So that stuff's super fun. And yeah, so there's trails for everybody, all skill levels. And then so that was kind of our last year, was to put all that kind of stuff in for everybody. And then this year we focused more on some sketchier stuff. We put in a pro line, which isn't officially done yet, but it's getting close. It's spicy.
Yeah.
Super spicy. Big wood features, which they go really well. They're not that scary, but when you look at them, you're definitely testing those things where it's not very fun. And then, so when we first built that first summer, we were only, I'm trying to think, I think we were only 700 feet in elevation.
Okay.
And then we still had a whole 1,300 feet to go. So we only built that first half of the mountain. And so this year we focused on that heavily. Built a blue trail, black jump trail, and a double black tech trail from the top. And it's gorgeous from up there. You can see all those 5 lakes. A little zone where you come and drive through is called 5 Lakes Estates. So when you're up there, you can see all those. And
Nice.
yeah, it's a beautiful place to be.
Dude, so like, you know, kind of talking about like trail crew and stuff, as far as that goes, you know, you said you showed up with chainsaws, so you wear a lot of hats. So timber faller, like chainsaw, you know, connoisseur almost. And then everything that you're doing as far as like putting in trail, are you getting into like some of the excavator type stuff? Are you operating that stuff? Or are you mainly on the hand crew and like kind of digging through hand work?
I was basically hand crew. Yeah.
Okay.
Since they hired out the other company, they were all on the excavators. Basically the hats I wore was, there's a couple of us that wore like all the hats when it came from doing chainsaw work. I didn't get into it very much until my second season. And then this year I really tried to have more of not a management role, but trying to be a leader on the trail crew, because when we first started out this season to like fix all the trails, I think there was like 16 or 17 of us. And a lot of them were kind of younger kids that you kind of had to like make sure they're making it right, because like every foot there matters of like what it looks like and how it feels. And so I was trying to focus a lot on that. And then I was also doing stuff like making sure all the excavators were taken care of when it came to bringing them diesel, bringing them pipes like corduroy pipes for drainages and stuff like that. And so anytime they needed anything, we'd go and rip over to them and make sure they could keep working ahead and getting shit done. And then there's just like, there was little things to do every day. We had to do a lot of mitigation work. It's a steep mountain, very steep mountain. And so when we came back this year, there was all sorts of landslides and stuff. And so mitigating where the water went, had to put down a bunch of like hemp mesh and hay and stuff to like make sure all that stuff stays as good as it can. But you can only do so much too. I mean, it's crazy how steep it is on that mountain.
Yeah.
Tons
of work, dude. Tons of work. And you know, what is kind of like you know, leading into next season, what's your season looking like? What months are you working out there at the ranch, and what kind of hours do you work out there?
So this year last year we were doing like 410s last year, and last year was just a grind. There was so much work to be done. And then this year it kind of mellowed out a little bit. In the beginning, it was like emergency mode, like trying to get everything ready because we thought we were going to open. And then as the season went on, we got to kind of chill a bit, and we would show up. There'd like be like four of us maybe that show up like at 7 o'clock every morning.
Okay.
And then be there. And then some people would roll in like later throughout the day. But go from like 7 to 3 and, you know, try to get done, even if we could show up earlier and be done by 2 during the summer because it's so hot.
Yeah.
And I was kind of during the summer, it was pretty brutal conditions. It was hot. The mosquitoes were so gnarly
I bet.
up there. I mean, you're in the woods. So I got stung by something this summer that I still to this day don't know what it was. But my buddy got stung by it too, and like my whole right side of my face was completely swollen. It was terrifying.
Gnarly.
That ain't fun, dude. Shit.
No. But yeah, so yeah, like last year there was just the Gravity Logic crew on the excavators, and then this year there was some room for starting to teach like the crew to get
Nice.
on the excavators, and so the two sons were able to get a lot of machine time this
Cool.
year. And then towards the end, I got a little bit. I would have liked more because I would love to be in a machine and learn that stuff. Because not that I know everything about trail building, but the stuff that I have been doing the last 2 summers, I think I've kind of peaked on all that stuff, and I'd like to learn some more.
It's a good skill to have, right? It kind of expands what you can do
Yeah.
elsewhere too.
Yeah, I'd love to. That's kind of, I think, the direction I'd like to go if the opportunity keeps arising to, be in a excavator or learn any sort of heavy machinery, because
Yeah.
then even if I'm not trail building, which is what I want to do, if I'm not, I could go work for an excavation company.
Yeah.
Or,
Little side gigs here and there. And get some side work on that thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's sick.
yeah, hopefully next year, I think if there's not too much room to get more time on that next year, we'll see if I go back. I'd love to go back, but I need to keep learning.
Yeah.
I'd love to actually create something out there. I mean, we've definitely created our own stuff out there, but in a machine, I'd be very lucky and
Yeah.
be stoked to do that. So hopefully that's next year. Next year, our plan is to kind of maybe build a downhill race course to actually
Sweet.
host race events. But with all the legality and stuff, we'll see where all that goes.
Yeah. We were talking about that. You feel cool kind of chatting about that a little bit, about what's going on with the ranch and just kind of like the struggles that they have kind of stumbled upon. Not any fault of their own, but really the pushback they've gotten.
Yep, it's been dramatic.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Yeah, so I guess, the bike park's an amazing place. The owners are great people, and it's been their dream to build a bike park for not only their kids, but for people to come experience. And I think the last thing they could have imagined was how much hate that came along with it. And so I guess what ended up happening was the access to the property that we built the bike park on goes through a couple houses. It's like a small little neighborhood. And they, I think, like to call it a rural neighborhood. And who knows what, I've kind of lost definition of that word from how many times I've heard it. But basically, they were not happy about what we were building. Their most concerns were just the amount of people that it was going to bring into their neighborhood. They were pretty pissed about what kind of dust it would bring on the road, which a lot of these things were things that we did the best we could to fix these issues. And so, like, for example, that was funny because so it ended up going into the owners basically went to someone, I think an attorney or someone, was like, hey, can we do this? Basically, like, what can we do this and how do we do it properly? And so basically it was like, well, you need a permit to be able to have people on this mountain to pay to come ride your trails. And so they said, okay, and went through all those things. And over that summer, it was like, okay, so you're going to have to go through a hearing. And I wasn't there for the first hearing, but I heard it was like on a small scale. And from what I know, it went well, other than the fact that the opposing side were very frustrated and angry at us about what we were doing. But we won that hearing. And then this was probably, I think this was midsummer. So we were following all the rules that they told us we had to follow to continue our build. And so the owners were pumping money. And paying us trail builders and, I mean, spending a lot of money to, like, make this happen. And then I went to the second hearing, and that was scary. It probably lasted 7 or 8 hours.
Whoa.
And our side, I don't know, I'm guessing there was like 60 of us, and I feel like the other side had over 100 people. And it was such a difference in people. Ours were all younger people, and the other side were all retirees, basically.
Yeah.
And so, basically went over conditions and stuff, and then we went first and had a moment to speak on, why we think this is good, why we're doing it. And then when the other side went, it was just bloodbath, like telling us we don't pay for taxes, telling us that all we want is to make money off of people. I mean, it was just brutal, like them being like, oh, our kids used to play here, now they can't play here anymore, like all this, just a lot of lies and stuff. And so it just didn't go, like,
Anything to stop any change
anything,
happening.
telling us that, like, we're going to cause fires with pedal strikes on the rocks, like, and these are people that, like, ride horses and stuff up there. Like, how's that any different from what we're doing?
Or I'm sure, many people up in our region, especially like out in a rural area, are going to have like work trailers or like any type of trailer to haul their toys or like haul stuff for their property. Everyone has one up here. Mm-hmm. So you're going to say like a pedal striking a rock, whereas like your safety chains are probably going to strike rocks all over the place too on the road. Yeah. Same kind of deal. It's all about like, just like being, just kind of like taking those steps to like make sure that you don't do that stuff when is that kind of like hot fire danger and stuff, like, and that's exactly what you guys do. So
and I mean, anything can happen. It's like, it's just all being courteous and aware of what you're doing.
You're gonna tell the thunder and lightning to stop coming through.
So basically they basically called it a resort. They thought we were building a Schweitzer in their backyard, which is not the case whatsoever. I mean, if you've ever been to Schweitzer, there's condos everywhere, and they're never going to build condos or anything like that. I mean, it's not big enough for that kind of scale.
And like you said, the terrain is so steep.
It's so steep, and they were arguing that they would have rather had a housing development go on over there. It's like, that's such a lie. You guys there's no way you guys would like that, because that if that were to happen over there, it would be the most bougie homes to build on something like that. Like, it would be the spires, up the Schweitzer. Like,
the amount of machinery to build on that face to put a home up there, and like an actual like good graded like engineered driveway would be tenfold. What and you guys are doing.
It's pretty crazy. So basically, I mean, on that road out there, there's not everybody was against us, but the majority, probably like 80%. I think there's like 6 or 7 homes out there. And so the people closest to our property were the ones that were actually okay with us, which is so funny, because it's like they should be the angriest, probably seeing the most traffic or being affected by noise or whatever. Mm-hmm. But these people that were opposing were relentless, and it got nasty really quick. So that second hearing, we won as well. And so we were like, okay, like, we're good to go. Like, just keep doing what we're doing. And a lot of harassment started. When it came to, there'd be signs on the roads. There was Facebook pages about us. They were making fake profiles about the owners. There was just nasty stuff. Like, these people were like basically making it their job to make this not happen.
Yeah.
And so, I think after that first year, it was kind of, we thought we were like, okay, we're good. I mean, we're still going to have this hate from people, but once the bike community and the community actually knows like what we're doing, what this is when we open, like, it's going to help a lot. And it did. But then this year, they ended up, I don't know the difference very much, but they ended up suing us to where it doesn't go through Bonner County. It actually went up to a higher level and it went to Coeur d'Alene, whatever. What is that? Kootenai?
Kootenai, yeah.
Kootenai. It ended up going to Kootenai.
Higher level of court or something.
Yep. And so that court thing, it was just the owners that went and their attorneys, and they ended up going and, don't quote me on all this, but from what I heard was that the judge was friends with the opposing side.
Oh yeah, we've all seen like the articles about it. Yeah.
And so that was, I don't know how that works in itself, but what ended up happening was we all thought that after that court that even if the other side won any extent fully or not, we thought that they could only limit us on things, put a cap on people, hours of operations, stuff like that. It was a couple of days before we were about to open. They contacted us and told us they like completely ripped our permit away.
Whoa.
And so, yeah, we had a bad day. Our shop just got built and it was like midday and they're like, hey, everybody needs to come to the shop right now. Ugh. And yeah, laid it on us. And yeah, it was a hard day. It was like, what the fuck now? Like,
yeah.
People bought tickets to come ride. Like,
yeah, people were so stoked on it. Like the whole bike community up here and, across the Northwest was like, oh, we can, make a trip up to Sagal on the way out to Lakeside and like all this other stuff. Like it's going to be a fun bike tour and hit the Beacon Hill and hit the Sandpoint.
We got put on like Loam Pass, which is like an icon pass, but for biking
I know.
and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it just became a total shit show.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it was kind of weird at that point because then the owners had to find out like, can we still have people out here? And this is where it just gets really stupid is that they told us, they're like, yeah, you can have people out there and you can also receive donations, but you can't charge them to come out there.
What?
So it was like, well, so you're saying we can get money, but we can't charge money, basically? Like that doesn't make any sense. But that's what we did. We ended up doing invite days only, asked people to donate. It was definitely like, you can see what we've done here. Like, you really should donate. And people were really cool.
Yeah.
I think we only had like one time someone really didn't want to pay, and it's just like one of those weird things. But yeah, so we did that all summer. I wouldn't say it was a blessing, but it definitely, I think it would have been a little insane if we did fully open that first summer. We'd been like, holy crap, this is a lot. Because we did have a couple like weekends where we were like, let's just not open, basically, because the owners were like, we need to catch up on stuff. So that was nice. And then, yeah, kind of a crazy summer. It was like, I definitely worked way harder the first season when it came to like labor.
Yeah.
Like I was beat up after that first summer. But then the second summer we were able to like tone it in and like, feel it out. And then we had that fire that was right next to us.
That's right. Yeah.
That was crazy. So that's funny because that fire was coming towards us, and at one point they had to be like, yeah, I think you guys need to evacuate. So we all evacuated, and the fire marshals and stuff came through and talked to the owners. We're like, hey, can we use your property if it does come over the ridge, and into the whole Sago community? We're like, yeah, of course. And went up there, saw what we did, came back down and was like, this is the most like fire preventive stuff you guys have done.
Wow.
Which was crazy because when we lost that court date, one of the things they got us on was fire prevention.
That's funny. Oh,
It's
man,
like, so
dude.
like,
Dude, that sucks.
so wild. They're like, yeah, like if fire does come through this way, you're probably going to save all the houses on that side.
Yeah.
So
You got a whole fire break up there on the ridge.
So crazy, man. But yeah, after that, yeah, I'll just have to, because that was a hard time for me because we had that fire and we weren't out there for like a week and a half. And the day we were supposed to go back to work, I got to shout out my dog Gallo. And my dog Gallo passed away from me the day we were supposed to go back. Mad homie, sick ripper.
Yeah.
Such a sick ripper. So I lost him. Just a freak. He had kidney failure.
Oh,
So it wasn't.
Dude, that's a bummer. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, it wasn't too much I could do, but yep, still dealing with it. It's only been, like 6 months or something, but
That's always tough, dude.
yeah, he was a sick dog. He was only 8, so I was hoping to get more out of him, but
Yeah.
we had a good time together. Everybody loved him. He was a very special dog.
He was the homie that was up there with us at on that day that we kind of went up and hiked a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
A couple seasons ago with Isaac.
Yeah, he was a Aussie border collie.
Got
he was just,
got some good photos of him.
Yeah, he's a
Chilling.
Chilling. He was a ripper. He loved nothing more than snow, man. Snow and rocks, actually. He had a rock problem. I'd be throwing rocks in the lake, and he'd be trying to catch them. He had a bunch of chipped teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you there, dude. I had a dog growing up. He was a Samoyed, and he kind of, it wasn't his time yet, but he got spooked one night. He was out in his pen, and his name was Chewy, because he used to like growl like Chewbacca from Star Wars.
Yeah.
He was a sick dog, and he got spooked by this lightning storm. We were out at dinner, and this lightning storm came through by my house, and he jumped the fence, and then I think he caught wind of like another dog or some kind of animal and chased it across. We had like a highway down at the bottom of my driveway, state highway, and he got clipped in the hip by a car. And we found him. We got back home. We didn't know where he was, and we found him underneath. He had crawled underneath our house.
Aww.
Yeah, and so we had to get him out of there and take him to the vet. He got fixed up, and he lasted like another like year or two, but he wasn't the same. And then he finally just was. He was done. Yeah, he just got too fucked up. So, yeah, well, the good dogs are always the ones you're just like, fuck, dude.
I know. I mean, shout out to the dogs because they're, it's special. I didn't realize how strong my bond. I mean, I knew I had a strong bond, but I had lost a family dog before. He was like kind of my dog, and that one sucked for sure. But this was like my soul dog. So
for sure, it's like your dog that you got. So I feel you, dude.
But yeah, so shout out to Gallo, love you, bud. And so yeah, we ended up still doing that donation stuff, going towards the fall, trying to figure out what they were gonna do, because basically they told us we just had to restart our process, going through the hearing for the bike park. And we were just like, we don't want to do that shit again, and everybody's paying for lawyers and shit. And it's just such a waste of time and money.
Yep.
And so we like kind of waited to the end to tell everybody, but we ended up at the end going, we are going a nonprofit route.
Okay.
And it gets, when the owner tells me, she's like, it's not that confusing. You can tell people. And she tells me everything. I'm like, I can't remember all that. That's so much stuff to remember. But, so basically it's just a nonprofit. And so you'll be able to pay a daily rate to basically pay for maintaining and building trails. And also money going into us doing like organized trail ride days. For like last year we did a bunch of women's days. We did Veterans Day. And then next year we want to do like days for kids that can't afford to ride. And so we'll have like rental bikes and rental gear for them, and they can come ride for free and, start to get outdoors and not be on their iPad or their Xbox, And so, I'm sure it's not over. Every time we think we're all in the clear, there's something else that's trying to bring us down. But I don't know. We gained a lot of love and support last year from the community. Like our place is kind of a talk of the mountain bike community too, like around the States and maybe even the world. But because when that all did happen, we got posted on some, bike sites and mags and yeah, like good supportive stuff. But yeah, it gets all confusing. Everybody has so many different opinions. And yeah, I'm very grateful for the owners because they're good souls. They mean so well and they have the, financial ability to fight and stay in it. And they're pretty upset because they have had to spend a lot of money on trying to fight this.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you there, dude. It's like it's just such a bummer when people just like don't, because, you guys, you're a nonprofit now, but you started out as a small business.
Mm-hmm.
And why wouldn't you support the small businesses like within your community? Even like if there's a little bit of dust and stuff like that, and there's a little bit extra traffic, probably not like that much, like going through your area, like it's not that big of a deal when it provides jobs for like people like yourself and like young kids and like people who need like that seasonal work during the summer and stuff like that. Like I just don't understand like the pushback, and I don't know.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
gotta support the bike ranch,
I think it's
man.
a deeper just personality issue on their side. 'Cause,
Sure.
like when they said that it was gonna be dusty, we literally the next day went and bought a bunch of gravel to go put on the road so it wasn't dusty. And the guy came out and started stealing the gravel. It's like, okay, you're like, it's like, I don't even know what to say at this point. Like, you're just being dumb,
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't know that, like, I could be wrong on this, but it just, those people that own their property and they're retired and they're just, their kids are all grown up and, I don't feel like they're the ones, and like I said, I could be wrong, but I don't feel like those people, especially with how much hate they had towards us, like, I don't think they're the ones putting money into the community, and they're like, we don't want people to move here and stuff, and it's like, well, like, in order for a small town like that to run, like, you have to invest into your small businesses and your communities, and if you want the younger generation to grow up here, like, they need to, like, have access to, like, a job that can, like, afford their living, in a ski resort town, and it gets so, like, I just feel like those people just don't, either they don't know or they just don't care. They're just like,
just being selfish.
Yeah, and it's like, and I, I've been one to, start to think that I'm a local in town. I'm like, oh, why are all these rich people moving here and stuff? And it's like, one, it's inevitable, especially like, I mean, if you've ever been to Sandpoint, Idaho, it's freaking gorgeous. I mean, it's such a not perfect place to live, but it's just amazing. So yeah,
I feel like is like, you've lived up here for most of your life, since you're 14. I've only, same with Josh. Like Josh and you kind of have like very similar trajectories. Like Josh was born in Southern California, moved up here at a very young age, lived in Sandpoint. You same kind of deal. I've only been here, 8-9 years, but like that's why I love like the snowboarding community, and I love like the mountain biking community and the fishing community. Like those people that like do that kind of stuff and like embrace that stuff, they want to preserve like, the local businesses and stuff like that. Like we all like get on our Amazon and stuff like that and buy stuff every once in a while. But, you are heavily ingrained in the 7B and the bike ranch and things that are local, and you support those local businesses. Same with me, like Ski Shack.
Yeah.
Same kind of deal. Like I support my local shops, and like you want to see those things thrive, and you want to see like the younger generation come into those places and like spend their money there and like support like the employees at those places. Because if those things die, then like we lose all touch with each other and everything like that. So
yeah, well, it's like, it's a like snowboard culture, and it's so true when it comes to like, if you lose the shops and stuff, like who's gonna learn like, the right way to do certain things, which, there's not necessarily a right way to do everything.
You're gonna get, and
I mean, there's definitely, and it's, because it's funny, like I've had, a few people who are, like I have a buddy that was on my trail crew that's first time snowboarding, and so he's like, well, like, where do I get my stuff? And I'm like, well, like, go to the board shop and talk to them. And he's like, I might go in there and like find what I want and then go buy it online. And I'm like, well, you know what, like, I get where you're coming from, but like, here's the truth is like,
You
though that business wouldn't be there unless there's
Yeah.
people like you and me and like me. Yeah, it definitely hurts to go in there and freaking spend $1,000. It sucks, but I like to do it because it's like if you're not doing that, like they might not be there anymore. And those people are like super important and they have so much knowledge.
I always have treated it like you may spend like, a small percentage more, going into the shop, but you gain all that knowledge from the employees that work there, and they like fit you out and they give you, recommendations. And just think of it as like you're basically like you tip your waitresses, you tip your bartenders, right? Mm-hmm. That's like their tip.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
like spending like an hour or two dialing you in, whether it be your boots, your bindings, or your board, or your outerwear, any like goggles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They know everything, and you can't get that online, dude.
No,
No,
you can't get that online. And you can try to get it from some YouTube videos, but it's just not the same.
not the same.
It's not the same.
Because usually YouTube, everyone's trying to push their own.
Yeah, and it's
agenda.
It's not the same.
it's a personal thing. Like
Yeah.
those guys in the shop
You
ask
gotta
you
feel
the
it.
questions like, what kind of riding do you do?
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it's super important. So yeah, to go back to the bike park thing and try to close it out, like it's I don't think anything's ever been done like it before, ever. And it's super special in that way. It's super special because it's where I live. It's just so crazy that there's that kind of hate towards it because it's a lot of people like that. That first summer, I like it was hard for me to wear my trail crew shirt in town or have my sign outside of my house because like I had people approach me and they laid into me, and I feel like I'm fortunate because I'm a good listener. I like to listen and hear both sides, and if you have your own opinion, like that's great because my opinion might not match your opinion. And there were some people that I could have a legit conversation with. And there were some people that I'd listen to them for a while, and I'd go to speak, and they wouldn't let me speak. I'm like, okay, I'm done here. Like, if I'm going to hear you and you're not going to hear me, like,
That's not a conversation.
No,
No.
And that did happen a few times, and it definitely sucked. Like,
Yeah. It happens a lot.
Josh, do you ever notice that when you buy tickets for a show, you get hit with all these hidden fees?
Yeah, for sure. I'm tired of being gouged with hidden fees.
Dude, I just discovered this, but now whenever I purchase tickets, I try to search for venues and artists that use Ticket Goat.
What's Ticket Goat?
Ticket Goat is the greatest ticketing software of all time. With Ticket Goat, promoters can expect hassle-free setup, zero obligations, and a revolutionary $1 ticketing fee for event attendees.
So we can say so long to hidden fees?
Dude, 100% zero hidden fees. With Ticket Goat, steep ticketing fees are a thing of the past. Ticket Goat's revolutionary ticketing software allows owners to create custom ticketing options, access to event reporting, and a digital QR codes for mobile ticket scanning, all with no commitments and transparent pricing.
Sick. That means event owners can keep their profits and ticket buyers can purchase tickets without being gouged.
Definitely. If you are in charge of ticket sales and want a fast and easy way to sell tickets, go to www.ticketgoat.com and join the herd today.
Sick.
A lot with a lot of stuff too.
Yeah.
People have their opinion. They don't want to like have a constructive conversation, even if we have differing opinions, and that goes all the way up to like everything in this country and stuff. So,
But I mean, it'll be open next year, like some sort of way, no matter what happens. So, if you're into mountain biking, come ride it because every time someone comes there for the first time, I watch them come down after the first lap, and there's not one person not smiling.
yeah.
It's just people are so.
Yeah.
It just brings you so much joy.
Whether it be my homie Sean Gore, who's a guide up at Castaway with me in the summers. He's a big mountain biker. He had fun out there. He went out there.
Oh, hell yeah,
To
yeah.
Sean Webby, who's
Mm-hmm.
big time into it now. He loves it up there.
Yeah.
And he's a huge mountain biker. So if you know Webby, you know
Yeah.
that he gets the seal of approval.
Yeah, and it's sick too. Yeah, because he's doing such good things for the community. He's got his race team and stuff, and all those
Yep.
kids are like
He's helping
ripping.
kids
and
out, yeah.
They came out to train a bunch of times, and it's such a sick spot for that. I mean, Sandpoint's, you're not going to stop the biking growing. It is blowing up right
Yeah.
now. Like, even what Pop's doing, it's so good. Like, you know, and I'm a critique, so some of their stuff, I'm like, oh, why'd you guys build it like that? But it's, the fact is that they're putting in so much trail for all abilities, and
Yeah.
it's just amazing. And, you know, it's, you know, also the bike park thing isn't for everybody. Some people would just love to go for a pedal and, you
Yep.
know, work for it. And that's great. But if you haven't experienced a shuttle ride before, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, support the bike ranch, PBR, Panhandle Bike Ranch, and support all your local trails, man. Support the
Yeah.
community
Local
of mountain
shops.
biking.
Yeah,
Yep.
the local shops. For
Do it to
sure.
it, dude.
Shout out.
For sure. For sure. Well, dude, let's get back into some snowboarding.
Yeah.
What's kind of like, you know, we don't have snow right now, but what are some of like your goals for this season? What are you trying to get out there and do? You trying to get into more slack and backcountry type stuff and get some clips up? Are you trying to do another little Euro Boys edit? Like, what's going down for this season?
Yeah, I mean, another Euro boy edit would be super rad. Last year, I think I had the most fun kind of building like random stuff in the resort. Like, I was kind of exploring some spots I'd never been to. Like, try not to hit the same stuff every time because sometimes I get so stuck on the same fun lap. So I'd like to build more stuff like that in the resort where people are like, no way that's a Schweitzer, because I felt like I found a couple of those last year, and yeah, I was pretty stoked on those. I'd love to do some more backcountry skiing for sure. The touring stuff is kind of like, it's more just for the soul.
Yeah.
I don't think it's really for like trying to get a nice video unless it's like a super nice day and you really like, you can make it happen. But then the other side of that is like, I can only do so much on my split board.
Yeah.
I'm just rocking it's a Rome STS. Maybe it's like an Elevate or something.
Okay.
It's a 158. I'm normally riding I think I probably found that like 159 is my main ride, but I like to ride bigger stuff. And I think on the split board, you definitely want something bigger. It's just so flimsy that like I can never feel like I'm charging in it or like trying to do something big. So yeah, but I would still love to go for some like new tours. Like I want to check out new spots, like go to the Kootenays or maybe do some of the big stuff in Nelson. I think the boys are all trying to do a Rebel Stoke trip this year. We haven't picked a date yet.
Maybe around the NST. Go
That
sit
would
at the
be
bottom and go
sick.
watch.
Dude.
Try and get in there.
Yeah, sneak on in. Yeah,
That'd be sick.
That would be tight. Yeah, I wish I was, more financially stable to have sled, because some of the boys have sleds, and even just learning to like rip the sled around would be super tight. But
Maybe you
we'll
can get
do-
some bumps out there, though.
Yeah,
You can
some
get
bumps.
out there with them.
It would be tight. Yeah, go just like build a fat wedge to, hook myself, because we didn't really do that last year. Build a like big wedge, and I'd like to try some, bigger spins and stuff. But
You're pretty dialed otherwise, though. Like, you got your beacon and your shovel and everything
yeah,
like
I
that.
got my probe. Yep. I kind of have like all the main. Got the tour set up. I got the verts too. If we just
It's always like the last
the
piece of the
verts
puzzle is the
there,
sled, right?
Yeah, that's
It's a
what
big expense.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah,
Hit that marketplace hard and find a gem
I know.
or something.
I know. Maybe work my way up, but
Yeah.
yeah, maybe just the goals would be to explore some new spots. I get so stuck on Schweitzer just 'cause it's so fun.
Yeah.
But I love doing build days with the boys. It's always so fun doing a build day with the guys. And then
There's been some spots that when you and I have been out riding that you've kind of pointed out, you'd be like, this would be a sick spot for like a nice step down or like a booter or something like that. So hopefully we
Yeah.
get snow and we can make some stuff happen out there. I always like going out and just filming for the boys too.
Yeah, I like doing. I'm super froth on the tree riding. I don't
Yeah.
have that many rails, but like backcountry, like trail ride, like tree rides or tree taps are so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like trying to tap trees, maybe a little too much last year. I don't know if people have seen my video, but I think that's the most talked
Yeah.
clip of me backflipping right into a tree.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that's sick, dude. Yeah, we'll get out there. We
Yeah.
just need the snow, right?
Yeah, I mean, if it's good, yeah. I mean, I've got a lot of tricks. Like, I'd like to land. Like, I don't think I've ever done a 720 on purpose. I really want to switch back 5 really bad.
Yeah.
Um,
Those classic backcountry
yeah, classic.
tricks. Yeah.
Classic.
Switchback 5 is a staple.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then maybe just try to start exercising a little more so maybe I can grab a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I kind of got that flail style sometimes. And
Yeah.
I
Well, it's
think it
like
looks
the,
good, but-
You gotta tuck it in.
Yep.
Dead my knees.
You're so you work so much like during the summer and stuff like that. You stay. I mean, I'm sure you stay really fit doing the trail work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But do you have like are you hitting the gym ever? You just kind of like work is gym.
Yeah,
during
I mean,
summertime?
work was definitely my gym.
Yeah.
My chick's always trying to get me to come to the gym. She's a runner, so she's trying to get me in there. And every time I'm in there, I'm like,
I don't like to run.
get me out. Well, I mean, I don't like to run, but I'll do it. But it's just kind of stuff I'm like, I could be doing this at home or
Yeah.
Outside.
yeah. Or this summer it was hard because she'd be like, hey, you want to go to the gym after work? I'm like, I've been working out for 7 hours.
No, I'd like to go have a beer.
Exactly.
I'd like to go jump in the lake and have a couple
Yeah.
beers or
Yeah.
something. Yeah. What's like your what's besides as of course mountain biking and getting that work done and stuff during the summer? What's like your favorite thing to do in Sandpoint during the summer? It's kind of unwind.
Beside biking.
That's tough because biking
Yeah.
can take up a lot of time.
Yeah, I love a good wake surf sesh.
Nice.
A little wake surf sesh, super fun. Yeah, going camping. I didn't do much camping this last summer, but some camping's good. Yeah, it's kind of hard because my favorite thing to do after work was I'd always go hit the lake with my dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, I'll still try to do that, but it was kind of my like, oh, go take my dog out.
Yeah.
Go get him swimming in the water and stuff, and maybe another dog will come soon, but yeah, that was kind of my favorite thing to do, I think, during the summertime.
I have to get you out there whenever you get some time. I know you get out there with a stray dog and a surfer to get some fishing in.
Mm-hmm.
But have you ever been out in like the drift boat getting
No.
some fish? Oh,
No,
all right.
never.
We're going to get you out there.
Yeah.
I talked to Cruz about it a little bit over the summer.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and get you out there and get some fish.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm very impatient. When I'm out there, I'm just like I'll be
Well-
like super focused for like 20, 25 minutes, and I'm like, all right, I'm not getting anything. This is bullshit.
That's the nice thing about having somebody row you and you being in a drift boat.
Mm-hmm.
You be on the fish like every 5 to 10
See, that's sick.
when
yeah.
I take you out.
I'd be down. I'd be down
Yeah,
for
it'd be
that.
fun.
Yeah,
You'll
that
be on
sounds
fish
good.
the whole time. I won't take you out if it's not good out there.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure,
Let's
dude.
make it
Sounds like a time.
Yeah, we gotta get more of the boys out there. I've been trying to get Josh to come out at some point too, so maybe we'll get Josh out
Yeah,
for a
maybe.
trip this time. Took Clint out during the fall too.
Yeah.
Clint Tausen,
Yeah.
he was pretty excited.
I heard he had a good time.
He did, yeah. And but like you say, like people yelling at you about the bike park. We launched the boat and it was like dead out. It was like a mid-fall day, and fishing is pretty much shut down, but you can still fish if you know what you're doing. And this guy I'm just like kind of showing Clint like, hey, he's never been before, so I'm like, hey, this is how you cast. Like, you want to cast here, like this is the cadence, like all this kind of stuff. And all of a sudden, this guy just starts yelling at us from like the boat ramp, like 100 yards away, and he's just like cussing us out and stuff. And I tried to be nice for a couple minutes, but then finally he just wouldn't stop, so I just started like giving it to him.
Yeah.
And Clinton was like, what's that guy's problem? I was like, I don't know. I never had that happen to me before out on the river. He's like, you know what you're doing. You're a guide, and you can't be guiding people. I was like, I'm not getting paid right now, dude. I'm just out here fishing with a buddy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he's like,
what?
you can't fish here. And I'm like, and so come to find out, I told a couple of my buddies about it, and they told my boss, and my boss called me like 5 minutes later that afternoon, and he goes, yeah, that guy used to work for us as a shuttle driver, and I had to fire his ass, and now he harasses everybody up there.
Jeez.
And he's like, next time that happens, just tell him that you're calling like the sheriff and just try to get out of his sight. So it was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's those people out there.
Just trying to have a good time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to ruin it. But yeah, dude, let's get into some hot takes. You want to do one more salt?
Yeah.
As we get going. Josh, how are you feeling?
I'm good.
You gonna be good on it? All right, cool.
Don't want to cry no more.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Maybe I'll go to the ice ring after this.
Maybe. Woo. No visor. Just straight to the face. Jeez. All right, man. Woo. Hot takes. Hot takes.
Hell yeah.
Always brought to you by the Ski Shack in Hayden, Idaho. Go get dialed up there. Get your boards waxed. Get yourself some gloves. Get yourself some outerwear. Do whatever you need to do. Whatever you need, they got up there. So, all right, dude. Let's do some Schweitzer hot takes. Okay, favorite spot to grab food.
Oh. Favorite spot to grab food. We'll hit it with a fat pig.
Nice.
Sandpoint.
Okay, Sandpoint. Got you.
Yeah.
All right, favorite spot to grab a beer.
IPA, Idaho Port Authority.
Nice, dude. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, Schweitzer. Favorite groomer run.
That's like so in between like LBR Connexu.
Okay.
Let's go Connexu. Connexu,
right.
you can just go straight down and
Yeah.
it feels crazy.
Yep.
Nice.
I agree.
I like that. Give us like an underrated snowboarder up there.
Ooh, underrated.
People are sleeping on them.
Who's sick right now? The new kid. He's not new, but Nick Stroh's sick.
Sweet.
Yeah, I don't even really know where he came from originally, but he's been hanging around the mountain. He's pretty sick.
I like that.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. And then let's say favorite spot for a view.
Favorite spot for a view? Ooh, top of the Panhandle Bike Ranch.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty unreal.
Okay. Out of the Schweitzer hot takes into mainstream hot takes.
Mainstream.
Let's go. 3 favorite riders of all time.
Ooh, okay. Austin Sweeten. Kevin Backstrom. Who's my other go-to? There's I don't know. I think maybe it's Finn Treadaway, Finn Finstone on
Okay.
Instagram. He's the Schmop guy. He's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had an idea of who you were going to say, and I was wrong.
Oh, who
Arthur Longo.
Oh, yeah. You know, I think I super fired on him for a while, and then I don't know. Recently, I haven't been.
He hasn't been doing as much.
Yeah, but you know, I don't think that's on him really. But
No.
yeah, I try to ride. I like to try to think I ride like, or just try to ride like Arthur Longo and Kevin Backstrom kind of mixed.
When he was putting out those side hit euphorias, that was so much. I still
Yeah.
watch those to this day. I'll go back and watch all of them. So much fun.
I think Austin Sweeten's my favorite person to watch. He just bounces
Yeah.
off of things, and it's so fun to watch.
Sends
him
it
ride.
super big too.
Yeah.
Okay, what's a perfect day of riding look like for you?
Ooh. Wake up, get some coffee, dumping snow, like storm.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be sunny, like just stormy days with the boys, like hood on. And then, just like a couple of the boys, not a fat group, like max 4 people,
Okay.
maybe.
For sure.
And then, maybe just on the main stick, the alternator, and then snacks in pocket, like Uncrustables and a couple J's on you, and then maybe do one stop for a beer, but just don't stop riding. Yeah.
Rowdy Grouse stop.
Rowdy Grouse stop, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Can't
actually
say how many times I've just seen.
That might be my favorite place to get a beer, actually.
That's true, dude.
Yeah,
It is. It's also
that's a sick spot.
Pretty unbeatable.
It used to be Poochie's, but after working there for a while, it's not my favorite spot anymore.
Yeah. On Hill, Rowdy Grouse.
Rowdy Grouse in town.
Immediately post probably Poochie's for just one.
Yeah.
It can't be crowded Poochie's. It's got to be like locals chilling Poochie's.
It's got to be locals.
I turn around if I see too many skis out there in the front.
Like 4 of us at the bar, like, asked to grab the remote for a second and put on a sick.
Put on the snowboard video and then
flick.
scroll in the gram for all the clips.
Put on the Eurocentric Euro Boys video.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Dope.
Heck yeah. What's been like your greatest experience like snowboarding?
Greatest experience.
Greatest day out there, whether it be at Schweitzer, it could be anywhere. What's been the coolest thing that you've done?
Dude, my favorite's going to Nelson to Whitewater.
I like that.
Yeah, and I've done it with a couple different people, but like the last 2 years, I've gone with my chick, and it's just that place is magical.
It
like
is.
even if it's not that great of a day, it's like everybody's in such good moods. When it is sunny, the mountains there are gorgeous. And the food there is insane.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good.
I've had the best pasta of my life out there.
Dude, all their food is so good. Yeah.
Heard good things.
Yeah, like a good snowboard day out there when it's from, like, riding all day and then going into town stuff. It's just, it's a great experience.
Such a cool town out on the hill, like legendary street spots out there, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. You can't deny the fact that there's some heavy hitters living out there now.
Oh, dude.
Especially Jamie Lynn. Jamie Lynn be up there.
And they're all like everybody's just like doing their own thing there and like not making a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
And then they're all going up to Baldface Lodge and
Doing cool shit.
yeah.
And you got that staple, the tribute board shop. Mm-hmm. That's so sick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bucket list backcountry trip, all time conditions. Where are you going, and who are the 3 people that you take with you?
Baldface Lodge, probably.
Okay.
If you can consider that backcountry.
My dude. That's mine, too.
And then we'll go with the Rooster, Raven, my roommate, Stray Dog, and let's bring Austin Sweeten too.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
That way I can watch someone do something I've never
Some
seen
crazy
before.
shit.
Yeah.
Very sick.
You could get on the phone and get some clips of him.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. Nice, dude. What's your least favorite trend currently in snowboarding?
Ooh. God, what do I hate? It's funny because I've kind of tried to stop like hating stuff the last like
for
2
sure.
years, but I guess I would have to say, oh come on, the like I mean this is just the typical one, but the like super baggy stuff is definitely annoying. Like,
Yeah, it's played out.
but it's not like.
The MC Hammer Pants.
Yeah, I'm trying to think something that's like way better than that though. Like,
That's a lot of people's answers, right?
That's a solid answer though.
It's just rough.
There's baggy, and then there's just like, whoa.
There's like garbage bags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not trying to call you out, Zadok, but
Yeah.
last season, bro.
Yeah, he was like.
They were baggying it up out there, Zadok.
It's like
The young homies love that bagginess.
The young homie, dude, they're bringing it into the like summer thing too. Have you seen the kids' jeans? In the summertime, dude,
Yeah,
they're
nuts.
huge.
Yeah.
I can't even see their shoes. I'm like, dude, there's this one kid that rips the bike park. He is a trail builder out there too, and he had the baggiest pants. And he's a little trickster, and he went to go for like I think it was like a T-bog, which is one hand off, and then you grab your seat. And when he went to go let go, his handlebar got caught in his huge pants, and took a massive slam.
Oh no!
Took a couple
sucks.
weeks off. The next time I saw him riding, he was still wearing baggy pants.
Oh
so I was
my
like,
gosh.
yeah.
No, I didn't learn your lesson on that one.
No, yeah, I think the baggy pants are a little.
Yeah.
funny. Sometimes the stormy snow days and someone's still rocking a hoodie, that's kind of crazy. But
Yeah.
I don't know. People stick to it. So
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you there. Yeah, I guess it's just like the style of like, I don't even know what you would call it. Like, you're a little bit younger than like Josh and I, but I feel like our styles are fairly similar. You got semi-baggy stuff, but
yeah,
you got to rock the jacket.
I went more baggy on the pants this year with some decline.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if it's getting caught up in your stuff, I swear now by the sleeves on your cuff, like at the bottom, like the little cuff thing, like is so nice because I didn't realize how much I was like trying to move that shit to like strap in.
Yeah.
Before, and now I just put it on. It's like perfect.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, dude. For sure. All right, some rapid fire for you. Pants or bibs?
Pants. Oh, dude, yeah, dude, bibs are fart bags, bro. Dude, yeah. And also, yeah, back to my small bladder thing, dude. I've pissed my pants so many times trying to freaking
Can't do it.
trying to get it out. It's funny.
Goggles or glasses?
Gogs.
And you rocking? Are they over or under the helmet?
Over when I do wear a helmet over.
Word.
Yeah, I don't like my temples getting all pinched.
Got you. Gloves or mittens?
Mittens.
Boa or laces?
Fuck. Well, I have all boa right now, but I'm not happy with them right now.
Yeah.
We're
We're just gonna throw them under the bus.
Yeah, laces.
Okay.
I don't have them right now.
You still
though,
got your
so-
Vans on?
Yeah.
Vans boots?
Yeah, dude. I got those expensive Verse rained boots last year. The like super expensive ones.
Yeah.
They're cooked, bro.
Mm.
They're already.
That
I've had
sucks.
to change both my boas. I'm not that stoked on them. So Vans. Let's maybe get better on your boa game.
We need
Yeah.
that. We need that bomb hole sound. The gunshot.
Shotgun.
And just
Yeah,
because Josh,
I don't know
same.
if I got that.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
A little bit on the Vans thumbs
I'll
down.
I'll still
train.
keep buying your guys' stuff because I love them. But
Same.
yeah, they're just last year it pissed me off.
Right now, I'm on the High Country Hellbound laces
Mm-hmm.
backcountry boot that they got going, and it's dope.
Nice. Yeah, I know. I might just maybe I just need to switch the laces. So maybe that's my problem.
Yeah, you might need to
Yeah.
switch the laces.
Yeah.
It's changed my life.
I want to try out those deluxe boots at some point.
Oh yeah, I've been rocking I also have the Nitro Team Pros with that same
Yeah.
kind of like pull system.
Yeah.
Sure.
And sometimes they're good, sometimes they don't stay. But when they work, they're so fast to put on and take off, and they feel good. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Heck yeah, dude. Power slush.
Oh, pow.
Okay. You run earbuds?
Oh yeah, one earbud.
One earbud in. What's bumping right now? What's like some of your favorites to get down
Jeez.
on some heavy lines?
I mean, I haven't been doing any heavy lines yet. Last season, I was on the Creed, maybe a little too much.
Okay.
And then a lot of house music. Yeah, I kind of have a weird, diverse, like,
Yeah.
you know.
I hear you. It's
but
all
yeah,
about the mood, right?
Yeah, I mean, I never have a bad time when I'm playing Creed, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Creed's fire.
What was your some of your top stuff from your Spotify Wrapped?
Oh, dude, mine was crazy. Mine was like this like crazy dubstep guy that like it's called Mushroom Cloud.
Oh,
And
nice.
He he does like some of those like famous old YouTube videos where people have like weird sayings or doing weird stuff, you know, and he like puts that into a song, and those were kind of crazy. Yeah, like those. I was super on that. Have you heard Me More Cowboy Than You?
Yeah.
Yeah, that song's sick, which they played at the Sandpoint Music Festival this summer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I was pretty stoked on that. So that song was on repeat a lot.
Did you get to many of those shows at the festival?
Yeah,
over the summer?
I went to quite a few.
You hit that Dispatch?
I don't think I went to Dispatch.
Okay, cool.
No, the best one was the God, what was that chick's name? There was a chick that was like amazing. She was the country singer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to.
We'll have to find
I'll have
out.
to think of it. She was amazing. She put on a good performance, which I
Nice.
think the Me More Cowboy Than You guys opened for her. So
Okay.
that was my favorite one for
Very
sure.
cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Underrated. Sandpoint Music Festival.
Yeah, dude.
It was got good acts coming
It's
through.
fun. No more bringing alcohol in. So
What?
yeah, that was a change up, but hey, that's okay.
That's all right.
That's all right.
That's all right. Most places don't allow it, so.
Yeah, we were spoiled.
Yeah.
Spoiled for a long time.
Right. Okay, what's your favorite snowboard film?
Favorite snowboard film? Ooh.
You can have a few. It's hard to pick just one.
I love the Backyard Boogies by Griffin Siebert.
Okay.
He puts out bangers. What's that one? There's one that Germ Worldwide put out that's pretty good.
He always does good stuff.
I think my favorite one this year, though, for sure, is The Realm.
Yeah.
The Realm was a banger that got me so hyped up.
That's dope.
Yeah, I think, the Backyard, which I don't even know if those are considered movies. They're more like little YouTube videos, but
Yeah.
those are the ones that bang, you know. And
Sick.
then
I guess, like-
all aboard Slide Worldwide, Austin Sweet and shit's
Yeah.
fucking good.
I guess like all snowboard videos really are premiered on YouTube for the most part, unless
Yeah.
it's like, the big video premieres and stuff.
Yeah,
Eventually they make it to YouTube.
Well, I mean, I'm probably like a lot of people that grew up with like I watched. Oh God, why am I gonna remember the name? What's Travis's Rice like? Big
Art of Flight.
Art of Flight.
Yeah.
Like obviously grew up on that one. I actually flew down to LA to watch the fourth phase
Oh, wow.
when they premiered that one.
Nice.
And that was not as cool as Art of Flight, but still pretty insane. And it was cool to see all the riders and stuff. But that was like the only premiere I've ever been to.
Nice, dude. Heck yeah. And then, like, what's the settings right now on the board? What board you got? Bindings and boots. We kind of went over a little bit, but what's your daily driver?
So my daily driver is the Nitro Alternator 160.
Okay.
That thing is a beast. I want another one, super bad. She's still holding on strong, but that board is insane. I'm rocking the Solomon. I forget what bindings they are, but they're the bindings. They have like they're like ankle piece that's in the back. It's flexy,
Okay.
so it's like you can like bend it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I have those on both my boards.
Cool.
I don't know. I just tried them one time and I loved them.
Yeah.
So it I don't know if it helps you tweak better or not. It'd probably be interesting to get back on like a solid one and see how that feels.
Right.
So yeah, I got those. This one's the 173 Nitro Cannon. She's a hog.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always been my dream to have one, and I thought I was, man enough to handle her all the time, but she took me for a ride last year.
Yeah.
I probably had the worst tomahawk in my life on this thing. I was ripping down the Great Divide, pow day, tons of people. I was like on the left side, probably going like 70 miles an hour, hit some chop. Oh my God.
Ow.
Dude, it was so bad. I was like, this sucks. But it's still pretty fun. Yeah, I've like stomped some big cliffs on it and I can spin it sometimes.
Yeah.
We'll see if maybe this year I could do a backy on it. It would be crazy.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Nice.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Very
And
cool.
then what else do I have? Those are my two daily drivers. I really want to hop back on a LibTech.
Yeah.
I have a Dynamo, but I want to try that Lib rig. Yeah, I'm kind of fanboying Austin Sweet a bunch, but
Nice.
yeah, that'd be sick to hop on.
I like it, dude. Well, cool. So we'll just kind of close it out from there, and want to thank you again for coming down, spend the time,
Yeah, I did.
having a good chat,
It's
dude.
fun.
You want to throw out any like thank yous or shout anybody out before we send this thing out?
Yeah, thanks. Thanks to the 7B Board Shop. You guys are the homies, putting in the work. Thank you to my folks for moving me out here when they did. I probably wouldn't be snowboarding now. I always say I think I'd probably be in jail, if not.
Yeah.
To the siblings, to my partner Meg. Thank you to you guys for having me.
For sure.
It's been
Yeah,
awesome.
thanks for coming.
Yeah, and yeah, thank you to just snowboarding. It's such a
like
such a
that, dude.
beautiful thing. You know?
All right. Well, I'm gonna, Steff, I'll let you sign us off. Take us out.
Sick.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. This is Let's Talk Snowboarding. Let's also do our snow dances so it starts to snow. And yeah, have a good one.
Sweet. Appreciate it, man.
Hell yeah.
Yo,
That's sick.
that was
All right.
fun,
That was
dude.
good.
Heck yeah.
Super
Sweet.
good.